It's Watson back with another discussion video, and today we're going to discuss why I love Kirby Right Back at you. Now please note that this is just my opinion, and you may not have to like some of the opinions that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So without further ado, let's start the video. Now, back in 2011, I first discovered this cartoon on YouTube when I was looking on the computer. At first, I didn't even know this cartoon existed, but eventually found it on YouTube by a guy named Paper Mario 15. So we were watching some. First episode I watched was the Flower Pot. So let's get on the Flower Pot, and so the next episode I gave Wispy Woods a boss guy that was normally a boss in the Kirby games of personality. Excuse me. And Cappies were also originally enemies in the Kirby games. This show also gave them personality, given some kind of common villager personality. And then there's some new exclusive characters like Tiff and Tuff, which had some interesting personalities, in my opinion. Tiff was sort of this radical environmentalist personality. She pretty much bashed out King Dedede almost every time they try to ruin the environment. Yeah, there's a few of those episodes actually based on this, which makes this show surprisingly educational. Tuff never shows what's under his hair for some reason. I guess it's like that way. I mean, trying to go emo. And yeah, now this show came out around the early 2000s. I don't know when, but it aired around the same time as Sonic X. You see, the dubbing was dubbed by 4Kids, and they have recently gotten a lot of flag for ruining Japanese culture. And I gotta admit, the 4Kids One Piece is kind of terrible, but what nailed were Kirby Right Back at you, Sonic X, and the first 8 seasons of Pokemon. That was their hot triforce of good 4Kids shows. And all of them are based on video game franchises. What 4Kids did is give these video game characters some more personality than the video games were actually let them. And I personally like the 4Kids King Dedede voice, and I wished it could have used it in Brawl. Same with Meta Knight's voice. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I'm against Masahiro Sakurai voicing King Dedede. I just simply prefer the King Dedede voice in the cartoon over the one I hear in later games. It's a great guy. So, yeah. Now, some of the enemies and bosses from the Kirby games do appear in the Kirby anime. And this is a spoiler if you've never played any Kirby game or watched any of the Kirby TV show. Kracko was in there. Let's see. And at the end of the movie, there's a Nightmare. The boss from Kirby's Adventure and the remake Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland for the Game Boy Advance. What's interesting to note here, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland was sort of released as a tie-in game with Kirby's tie-in game to tie in with the TV show Kirby Right Back at Ya, as it features the same artwork. The commercial shows the same animation and artwork seen in the cartoon. And yeah, so I think it was fun. So the story is very similar to Kirby's Adventure, except some of the roles have been swapped. Some of the roles have been changed, and new characters were added. Yeah. And I'm talking over the first episode, and you can't hear the audio because I just want to as I'm talking. Yeah. Well, now I did a Kirby 3D episode one time. I'm showcasing a new power-up on the Nintendo 3DS. Matty Blostein, who has passed away, was the voice of Meowth, and Chef Kawasaki passed away before the Kirby 3D special aired, so they got a new voice actor to voice him. I don't know who his or her name is. So that's not a fact. Mike Pollock is in this cartoon. He voices the mayor and several other characters. If you don't know who Mike Pollock is, it's the voice of Dr. Eggman. Now, what's also interesting to note that the Kirby cartoon isn't the only cartoon Jason Griffith does not do voice acting for. He's not in this in any way, shape, or form. Did work for Sonic X and Pokemon, but not here. Also, what's interesting to note, and the same four kids share voice actors' philosophy. Yeah, some voice actors share voice actors I can hear in Sonic X and or Pokemon. Also, Sirica from the Crusade for the Blade episode has the same voice as Ash from Pokemon. Yeah. Now, one time when the Super Bowl was on, or around the time of the Super Bowl in 2000s, they were doing, four kids were trying to do some Super Mega Bowl called a battle between Sonic versus Kirby, and well, the match was finished. And remember, this is a time before Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out. The match wouldn't be decided until 2008. Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out for the Wii. Yeah, we'd finally be able to see who would win that match. So, yeah. The voice of Kirby has always been Makiko Omoto, usually. Yeah. And, she's been doing great. So, yeah. It's kind of like Sakurai's Iko Otani, voice of Pikachu. Carrie Williams was the voice. Tiff also voices another character in Sonic X. I couldn't remember her name, but so this is pretty much a little discussion, and figuring fans are trying to get the show back on air or something. I mean, now this is probably one of the second longest running 4Kids show next to Pokemon ever. Sonic X only had a total of about 70 episodes in total. Did you know voice acting says some more stuff on this and I can touch on it? Yeah. That's all I have to discuss, so I hope you enjoy this video, and just like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.